as usual, in normal weather, we spent more than 12 hours in air. I'm just talking about fixed wing. For quadrocopters, 30 to 150 flights every 24 hours.
It's just like basic logical meanings, understanding what's going on. That's more like getting information, putting it together, check the solution, bring the solution, test the solution. If it's good, then bring it to the army. Training goes all the time. If you want to be professional, if you want to be knowledgeable, you need to train all the time.
This week's podcast is really special. We have two incredible Ukrainians in our office today talking about what an average day in the life is like for them here. One of them is one of the top trainers of pilots. He's trained over 5,000 pilots. And the other is one of the top pilots himself. And I think the lessons that they're going to share with us really need to be taken seriously. We're really in a brave new world here. And I think at times their voice is not reaching the decision makers when it comes to what do we buy, how do we deploy, and how do we employ these technologies. So please give this a listen. It was a really long interview and we've broke it into a couple parts here so that it's more digestible. But I cannot stress enough, the lessons they are sharing with us are important. We should be taking them seriously, and they will dictate how all warfare with autonomous systems is fought in the future. All right. We have some special guests today, all the way from Ukraine. And we're going to talk about how drones are being used over there. So why don't you guys introduce yourself as much as you can or would like to?
So let's start from the Dennis.
All right. So my name is Dennis. I'm from Ukraine. I'm the UAV operator, and I do some training about UAV.
Great. And what did you do before the war?
It's nothing to do with the UAV, nothing to do with the war at all. It was a regular IT job.
And how did you then become a trainer?
It's a long trip. We started volunteer center. We started giving out a bunch of equipment, drones, and then bunch of pilots came back to us with the questions like, this thing is malfunction, or I cannot figure it out how to work with. And questions become more and more and more and more. So we decided we need to bring some kind of educational thing, at least like basics. And that's how it starts.
And then did you build a training doctrine based on Nura's questions?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but I would say we do the school. From the beginning of the invasion, we built the school and we start training the military operators.
Very interesting.
Yes.
And so did anything you do before the war help you to do this job, or were you now kind of just starting from scratch?
It's just like basic logical meanings, understanding what's going on, have a knowledge of be in France with that guys who you can ask the question and bring the solution for that problem. That's more like getting information, putting it together.
Sure.
Check the solution, bring the solution, test the solution, and if it's good, then bring it to the army.
Yeah. A very engineering approach to solving the problem.
Yeah. That's the only way. If it's going to be just straight from your head, you're going to bring stupid solution that can bring a couple of death.
Right.
You don't want to do that.
Right.
That's why you want to be that serious on that.
Yeah.
So about me, my name is Yuri. I'm also from Ukraine. And I'm UAV operator. Before the war, I was interior decorator.
Interior decorator. Yes. Incredible.
I provide to life all stuff which were created by designers and sold to the customers real things.
Yeah.
So decorate the apartments, houses, restaurants, everything.
Everything.
Yep.
Could not be more different from being an operator, is it?
It's a different style of life.
That's an understatement. Is there anything from what you did before the war that you think has made you a better pilot?
I think my ability to create the team.
Okay.
This is the main my advantage.
Yeah. Okay. And then how important is the training element being put into the team?
Team should be trained and you cannot stop training. Also, you should increase your level every day, because unfortunately, all of stupid enemies were killed, and now we fight our to the smartest one.
Right.
So that's why all of us should increase our level. And thank you for Dennis for his studying.
Yeah. So Dennis, how many operators do you get feedback from when you're building or refining your training programs?
I would tell you it was the different approach. I experienced from the best.
Okay.
And it wasn't many guys, but I knew for sure that the most experienced and the most knowledgeable. Because if you're going to ask like 100 pilots, you're going to get like 110 different versions of same situation. That's why you're trying to get like best experienced and people who can bring the problematic and solution from their head. Not like, oh, it was my fault. It's all about the aircraft. Like friendly fire.
They said, I fucked up. I flew into a tree.
Yeah,
right.
But it's not my fault. It's the aircraft flew into a tree. That's why I like.
Got it. And so you have to find the best.
Yeah.
And then you have to make a judgment call. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Very interesting. How often do you think how often are you guys training on UAVs every day? Are you flying 5 hours a day, 2 hours a day, 10 hours a day? I'm sure on missions,
It depends
hours
on
days.
the weather.
Okay.
It depends on quantity of aircraft which we have. And as usual, in normal weather, we spend more than 12 hours in air.
12 hours in the air.
Yes.
Yep. And is that mainly fixed wing or quadcopters?
I'm just talking about fixed wing. For quadrocopters, guys, as usual, have maybe from 30 to 150 flights every 24 hours.
Yeah. And did they work in 24-hour shifts?
Yes.
Okay. So 1 day on, 1 day off, or 1 day on, 2 days off?
3 days on, 3 days off.
3 on, 3 off. That's a lot of coffee.
Unfortunately, the coffee, it's something like maybe Red Bull or something.
Yeah, a lot of energy drinks.
Yes, energy drinks.
Is Red Bull sponsoring your drone team yet?
No, unfortunately.
Do you want me to try and find you a Red Bull sponsor? I can work on that.
Thank you.
That's going to be another shipment of like 37 containers.
Yes.
Yeah. You have military containers full of Red Bull, huh?
From my point of view, if you don't mind the course, training goes all the time. If you want to be professional, sure. If you want to be knowledgeable, you need to train all the time. Because flight itself, it's a final point. So that's the point when you bring in all your knowledge together. And that's basically like final exam. But before that, you need to do ISR, you need to do reconnaissance, you need to figure out the satellite footage in terms of like couple of days, how it's changed, what's the weather preparation, how it's going to be, what's the mission can go. Because I have one simple rule. It's easier to make a change to the plan than to make a change to the improvisation. That's why as more you prepare before the mission, it's better your mission gonna play. That's why like it's not just about flights, because we can train anyone who have like 2 hands and 10 fingers within like 2 days. We can train them how to fly. but that's way more behind the thing.
Drone Wars is recorded from Firestorm's global HQ in San Diego. From our custom-built studio inside one of our hero products, a modular industrial-grade manufacturing facility designed to be deployed anywhere in the world within 24 hours for on-demand drone production. Each week on the podcast, we bring you cutting-edge insights from top industry leaders, sharing the breakthroughs and technologies they're working on, the hard lessons they've learned, and bold predictions that they have for the next 5 to 10 years in autonomous systems and advanced manufacturing. Enjoying the show so far? Then be sure you like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Now back to the show.
Would you share maybe the 2 or 3 most important things?
As usually is most of the time, you have the area that you're responsible for.
Okay.
So it can be, if it's going to be wing, it's going to be bigger distances. If it's going to be drone, it's going to be smaller. But in terms of area that you're responsible for, you need to learn as much as possible. What's the different altitudes? Where enemy can hide? What would you do if you would be enemy and you would use that territory? Because like if you have like a couple of dozen acres on your responsibility, you're not going to look under every single tree. It's impossible because you're still limited on the battery. That's why you're going to like highlight some spots. You're going to use the satellite imagery to figure it out like, I'm really interested in that spot, that spot, that spot. So that's going to be my higher priority. Then you're going to call the wing guys and ask them, do you have a footage from my area? Because he was passing IMA.
Right.
So I can get that, put it in my plan, think about it. Then like it's too many things, even basic battery management in terms. So what's wind going to be? Is it going to be side wind or it's going to be, you're going to fly with the wind? Then your like battery management going to be like different approach. How long can I stay in the air during the ISR and stuff like that? It's like, it's a huge plan. It sometimes for one of the hour mission, it took me like 2 days just to get prepared. It was new area for me because as usually these guys, they are like responsible for one area. They know every single tree on that area.
Right.
But on my missions, it's like, all right, we're going to be somewhere there. And it's going to be my first time on that. That's why I need to put like way more effort into field now. So,
Yuri, when you have your mission area, right?
Yes.
Are there tricks you've trained yourself for how to like almost memorize the satellite?
Yes. And we're looking for some new, как сказать, следы от машин, tracks of cars and some new holes in wood.
Okay.
Because it's a makers of something wrong with this place and we can find some interesting things. Also, we use to talk with guys who can make some artillery investigation, contemporary. Yeah, and they give us some points where probably we can find some howitzer or something from artillery. Also, we have good communication with another wing teams.
Good.
We have, all of us have different type of drones, and some of them can use small wings with just for photos.
Sure.
And after that, they give us their photos for preparation of our missions, and we look in these areas more
more specific.
More specified, yeah.
And so when you're running these missions and you're passing this data back and forth and these photos back and forth, are you guys all in a room? Like, is it a teamwork or is it more pilot to pilot? Do you know what I mean? Does it, maybe it depends.
In real life, I never seen some of these guys.
Incredible.
Yes.
Incredible.
Chatting in some messengers.
That's it.
And that's all.
And so it's, you guys are high value targets. So everybody has to be interesting.
No one knows
when
and from where you're going to take off.
Great.
Like, it's your personal thing.
Great.
You're not going to do that.
Great. That's super interesting to understand.
We never give our position for our commanders also.
Sure. That's incredible.
Just several guys knows the area, maybe 1 kilometer.
Right. It's incredibly decentralized then. So you guys are making the decisions, right?
Otherwise, it's going to be two-way.
Sure.
As long as it's going to take, like, you're going to report your commander going to report her, then get approval.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay.
And the tanks is gone after 3 hours. Like,
Yeah.
so what's going to be?
So that makes the training and then the way to understand how to plan the mission even more important.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, you have to be the hero, right? You have to be the one who puts it all together and launches it with a small team. That's it.
And as Dennis said, we can teach to fly everyone, but use their eyes. That, usually all guys see just in the middle of the screen and forget about all corners. So that's why I said to my team, you look in this corner, you in this corner, and 4 of them, they look the area on the screen.
Incredible. Okay. So you have 4 or 5 people looking at one screen.
Because in our situation, we need minimum 4 people on position.
Okay. And that's launch and launch the drone and then also to run it.
Yeah, for all operations with the drone, we need 4 people.
Yeah. Interesting.
For example, for your understanding, same type of drone in the civil life can be operated with.
Yes. Yeah, of course. The cognitive load is you cannot miss anything.
It's not about miss. It's more responsibilities on the operator's shoulders.
Yeah.
Because you have Genesis as the night environment, you have jamming, you need to monitor your signals, SNR ratio and stuff like that. It brings more problematic things. You need to take a look at it and be ready to react on it.
Yeah, and one guy should be ready to cooperate with artillery, with the other teams. So this his mission.
Sure.
Just have a phone and chat to everyone.
Yeah. The joke I've heard is the whole war is run on WhatsApp. Is that true?
Yeah, it's close to be.
Yeah. Interesting. When you started doing this, right? A couple years ago?
Yes.
Talk to us how much this has all changed.
In what terms? In terms of you can Frontline changed, or
you can frame it anyway. Let's start with those. How have you guys changed? And then how has the Frontline changed?
The main thing is changed. We need to understand that we are progressing as well as our enemy. So I've already told to your guys today that every new technology gives you effort for 3, maybe 4 months. And then you need to bring a new technology. So if we're going to compare what operators does now and how hard it is to fly in compared to 2022, it was easy walk on the beach. In 2014, it was even easier. So every single day, it's a new challenges.
Right.
And if I would say even maybe a year ago, 10 kilometers from the front line, it was safe zone, bunch of guys. Well, I wasn't even wearing the bulletproof.
Yeah, I know some teams who operated drones from 5 kilometers.
Wow.
And when our drone dropped on 5 kilometers this year, and we came to it, we were attacked immediately.
Wow.
And right now, I wouldn't consider even 20 kilometers from the front line
safe.
Is a safe.
Yeah. What is it, 45, 50?
About.
No.
I don't know. I don't have an answer, but
that's fair.
That's distance is doubles.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
And what's going to be next?
Sure.
And it's going to be more and more and more.
Yeah.
simple FPV drone was the price. Let's call it $1,000. Confirm the record, 43 kilometers one way.
Right.
So
43 kilometers is a very far distance for a $1,000 drone. It's incredible.
yes, and you can bring like 1 kilo or 2 kilos. So
Right. So it's incredible explosive power.
that's why like every single day that's some new challenges.
Sure.
Thanks for listening to the Drone Wars podcast. Each week, we bring you fascinating conversations with leaders shaping the future of air, sea, land, and space technologies. Catch new episodes every Tuesday wherever podcasts can be found. Until then, we'll see you next time.